All right, Habibi gang, welcome back. Time to get those prayer mats out, light those incense sticks, because today we're going to be predicting Premier League Matchday 16.
You know it.
We got some bangers lined up.
Buckle up, Habibi gang.
And we're going head-to-head with that Opta supercomputer.
Yeah.
To see if our Habibi intuition can beat those algorithms.
You already know we're diving deep into those stats, adding in a little bit of that Habibi secret sauce to come up with some predictions.
All right, so kicking off Saturday's action, we've got Arsenal hosting Everton at the Emirates.
At the Emirates.
Opta's giving Arsenal a 72.7% chance of winning.
Sounds about right.
Now I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Easy win for the Gunners.
Well, not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. While Arsenal's home record against Everton is pretty scary, 23 wins, 4 draws, and only 1 loss in their last 28. We gotta look beyond the surface.
Okay.
Everton's been tightening up that defense lately.
Interesting point. They have conceded fewer goals in their last 5 matches.
They have.
Does that change your outlook at all?
It makes things a little bit more spicy, for sure. But let's not forget, Ødegaard is back.
Oh, yeah.
He's pulling the strings like a maestro, and Saka's been on fire since returning from that injury.
Yeah.
Remember that brace and assist against Monaco?
Oh, yeah. That was a masterclass.
It was.
Do you think that Everton can handle that kind of firepower?
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be real tough. Arsenal's attack is clicking, and that home crowd's going to be roaring. I'm leaning towards an Arsenal win. Maybe even a comfortable one.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
Okay, next up, we head up to Anfield, where Liverpool is taking on Fulham.
Ooh.
Opta is predicting a Liverpool win with a 68.6% probability.
Okay.
Liverpool's on a roll.
Yeah.
Scoring at least 2 goals in their last 7 Premier League games.
Says that?
And then there's no Salah.
Oh, yeah.
Can he make it 8 consecutive matches with a goal?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
If he does, he joins a very, very elite group of players who have achieved that feat.
Wow.
But Fulham's no pushover. They got Mitrovic up top.
Yeah.
Always a threat.
Always a threat.
And they've pulled off some upsets against big teams before.
So you're saying there's a chance Fulham could snatch a point or even a win?
I'm not saying it's likely,
Okay.
but you can't write them off completely.
Yeah.
Liverpool's attack is phenomenal, yes. But their defense has shown some vulnerabilities this season.
Yeah.
If Fulham can frustrate Salah and exploit those weaknesses, they might just cause a little upset. But realistically, I still see a Liverpool win, possibly with a Salah goal, to make history.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to a match that has upset alert written all over it. Newcastle versus Leicester.
At St. James's Park.
At St. James's Park.
Uh-huh.
Opta is favoring Newcastle with a 69.2% win probability.
Okay.
But they haven't won a game in their last 4 outings.
What's going on over there?
What's happening?
Classic case of a team underperforming despite some decent underlying stats.
Okay.
Their expected goals or XG suggest they should be scoring more.
Right.
And they've been unlucky in some key moments.
So you're saying the Opta prediction is based more on their potential rather than their current form.
You hit the nail on the head. But here's where things get a little spicy. Leicester's got that new manager bounce going on.
Yeah.
And their away record against Newcastle is surprisingly good. They've won 6 Premier League games at St. James's Park, more than against any other team.
Oh, wow.
And plus, Jamie Vardy is on the verge of becoming the oldest player to score or assist in 4 consecutive Premier League appearances.
So we got Newcastle in a slump, but with good underlying numbers, and Leicester riding high on a new manager and a potentially historic Vardy performance. It's a tough one.
Yeah, my head says Newcastle should win based on that XG, but my gut tells me Leicester might just pull off a draw.
Okay.
They've got the momentum, and Vardy's proven match winner.
I see your point. This one's too close to call. Next up, we head to the Molineux, where Wolves are hosting Ipswich in a crucial clash at the bottom of the table.
Bottom of the table.
Opta gives Wolves a slight edge with a 49.2% win probability, but a draw is a real possibility at 24.4%.
This is a relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah.
The pressure's on for Wolves, no doubt.
Right.
They're currently in the drop zone, and they need a win to climb out of there.
Yeah.
But they've got a decent record against Ipswich, haven't lost in their last 7 league meetings.
But does that record even matter when you're fighting for your Premier League survival?
You got a point. Form goes out the window in these situations, and desperation takes over.
Yeah.
Ipswich will be fighting tooth and nail, and they've shown they can be a tough team to break down.
So what's your prediction for this pressure cooker of a match?
It's going to be tense. It's going to be cagey and potentially ugly.
Okay.
Both teams will be afraid to lose, which could lead to a stalemate. I'm leaning towards a draw, but don't be surprised if a single goal decides it either way.
All right, last match for Saturday.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest is facing Aston Villa.
Battle for European spot.
In a battle for European spots.
5th versus 6th.
5th versus 6th. So it's bound to be a tight one.
It is.
Villa's young star Duran has been lining it up, scoring 10 Premier League goals since joining them.
He's a game changer. He's even scored the winner in 4 of their 7 victories this season.
Do you think Duran's magic will be enough to overcome Forest's stubbornness?
It's a tough call. Villa's attack is potent, but Forest's defense is well organized.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a tight tactical battle.
Okay.
And I'm leaning towards a draw. A single goal could decide it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel each other out.
Okay. That wraps up Saturday's action.
Phew.
Let's take a deep breath and dive into Sunday's fixtures. Starting with Brighton hosting Crystal Palace at the Amex.
The Amex. Opta's giving Brighton the slight edge 50% win probability.
Okay.
Brighton's been rock solid at home, unbeaten all season.
Yeah.
But Palace is on like a sneaky little 4-game unbeaten streak themselves.
Yeah. This one has got me scratching my head. It's like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
I like that analogy. I think Brighton got that home advantage. And their style of play is really tough to handle at the Amex. But Palace has been finding ways to get results lately.
So you leaning towards a Brighton win or a Palace surprise?
You know what? I'm going to go with a draw on this one.
Okay.
I think both teams are well organized, and it could be a stalemate.
Right.
Maybe 1-1. Or even a goalless draw. Those happen too.
Yeah, they do happen. Okay, let's move on to the main event.
The main event.
The Manchester Derby.
Here we go.
Manchester City hosting Manchester United at the Etihad.
At the Etihad.
And even with City's recent struggles, Opta still favors them with a 57.3% win probability.
Yeah, but derbies are always a different beast, you know?
Right.
Form goes out the window, and it often comes down to who wants it more on the day.
True, but City has been dominant in this fixture lately, winning 5 out of the last 6 Premier League derbies. Plus, Haaland has a knack for scoring against United 9 goal involvements already.
Yeah, but let's not forget, United's under new management now.
Well, yeah.
With Ruben Amorim,
Right.
the tactical genius. And he actually beat City with Sporting CP in the Champions League last month.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So you think Amorim can outsmart Guardiola again and pull off a surprise win at the Etihad?
I think he'll make things difficult for City, that's for sure. But I still see City edging this one out.
Okay.
They're at home, and they've got the firepower to overcome United's defensive setup. Maybe a 2-1 victory for City.
Sounds about right to me. All right, next up, another London derby, with Chelsea hosting Brentford at Stamford Bridge.
At Stamford Bridge.
Opta strongly favors Chelsea with its 64.5% win probability.
On paper, this looks like an easy win for Chelsea.
Right.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
They've actually struggled against Brentford lately, going 5 games without a win.
Whoa, really? 5 games? I didn't realize that. What's the secret behind Brentford's success against Chelsea?
They've got a really well-drilled team, you know, solid, defensively dangerous on set pieces. And they've got this, like, fearless attitude.
Right.
They're not intimidated by the big names.
So you think they can pull off another upset at Stamford Bridge?
I think Chelsea will be extra motivated to break this Brentford hoodoo. Especially at home, I'm predicting a Chelsea win. But it might not be as comfortable as that Opta probability suggests.
Okay.
Maybe a 2-0 or a 3-1 victory for Chelsea.
Okay, moving on to the South Coast,
Right.
where Southampton is facing Tottenham.
Oh, yeah.
Opta gives Tottenham a slight edge with a 51.7% win probability. Both teams are in desperate need of a win, with Southampton rooted to the bottom of the table and Tottenham reeling from back-to-back defeats.
This is a must-win for both sides, especially for Southampton.
Yeah.
They got to start picking up points if they want to avoid relegation.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And Tottenham, they need to get back on track if they want to stay in the race for the top 4.
yeah.
What's your prediction on this?
I'm going with a Tottenham win.
Okay.
They have more quality in their squad, and
Yeah.
they'll be fired up to bounce back plus Son. He has a phenomenal record against Southampton.
Yeah.
10 goals and 5 assists in his Premier League career against them.
Yeah. Son loves playing against the Saints. He could even reach a milestone in this match. He's 1 goal away from becoming the 20th player to score in 100 different Premier League matches.
That's right. And knowing Son, he'll be hungry to achieve that. I wouldn't be surprised if he scored a brace in this one.
All right, we got one more Sunday match to preview. And it's a real humdinger.
Yeah.
AFC Bournemouth is hosting West Ham at Vitality Stadium.
At Vitality Stadium.
Opta gives Bournemouth the edge with a 49.4% win probability, which is surprising considering West Ham's recent form.
Here's the thing. Bournemouth's been a bit unlucky this season.
Okay.
Their underlying stats suggest they should be higher in the table. They've scored 8 fewer goals than their expected goals suggest, which is the biggest underperformance in the league.
So you're saying they're creating chances but not finishing them?
Exactly. They're due for a goal glut.
Okay.
And West Ham might be the unfortunate victims. But West Ham's defense has been pretty solid lately.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real test for Bournemouth's attack.
Okay, so potentially high-scoring match with both teams in decent form. What's your prediction?
This is another tough one. But I'm leaning towards a Bournemouth win.
Okay.
They're at home, they're due for some goals, and they got the momentum after 3 consecutive league wins.
Yeah.
It might be a close one, though.
Right.
Something like a 3-2 or a 2-1 victory for Bournemouth.
All right, that wraps up all the Sunday action. We got one more match to preview, the Monday night clash between Aston Villa and Brentford.
Opta's giving Aston Villa a 58.4% chance of winning, while Brentford's sitting at 20.1%. Draw is hovering around 21.5%.
So Aston Villa has been a bit up and down this season. Some brilliant moments, but also patches of inconsistency.
Yeah, exactly. They've got some real talent in that squad, but they need to find that consistency if they want to push for those European spots next season. Brentford, on the other hand, has been Mr. Reliable, especially on their home turf.
Yeah.
They're a tough nut to crack at that Brentford Community Stadium.
Yeah, they've made that stadium a fortress.
Yeah.
What's the secret sauce behind Brentford's home success?
It's all about organization and a never-say-die attitude. They defend deep-hit teams on the break, and they are deadly from set pieces. They got a real collective spirit, no superstars. But everyone knows their job, and they do it well.
So you think they can hold off Aston Villa and extend their unbeaten home run?
I'm actually leaning towards an Aston Villa win on this one. I think they'll have a point to prove after a few shaky performances. They've got the attacking firepower to unlock that Brentford defense, especially if Watkins and Buendia are on song.
Okay, so you're calling a Villa victory to wrap up match day 16. Well, Habibi gang.
Yeah.
That's it. We've scoured the stats, sprinkled in our Habibi wisdom, and served up some piping hot predictions for every single match.
We've laughed, we've cried, we've argued. Well, maybe not cried. But it's been an epic journey through match day 16.
Absolutely. Now we want to hear from you, the Habibi gang. Hit us up on social media. Let us know your predictions. Agree, disagree, roast us. Whatever, just keep it respectful.
Yeah, football's all about the passion.
Yeah.
We love hearing your perspective. Remember, it's just a game at the end of the day, but a beautiful game nonetheless.
And I said it better myself. And don't forget to subscribe to Pundit Habibi for your daily dose of football banter, deep dives, and all things Premier League. Until next time, Habibi gang, keep the faith, keep the passion, and keep it locked on Pundit Habibi.